little stuff just happens to be disgusting against Reince. It's that Rico is bad. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, right? Like, if you want to play Rico for Reince to do tall removal, like, it's the package, right? You can't evaluate one without the other. Hey, Baron! Thanks for the tier 1. Thanks for the 4 months. Welcome back. Bog of Glory. Play a soldier. The deck needs a top-end card, and like Reince at least pretends to be a top-end card. Like, if you cut Reince, you're playing Ball, and if you're playing Ball, you're just a different deck, right? Like, now you can't play Ramen anymore. You just need to play Aristocrats.
Don't you pester me. Let's not get in the way of me axe. Come on, Encader!
You said Leo, not Ball. But the deck still doesn't win. Like, you don't have points. This deck's already got so much tar removal. Like, you've got Vilgefortz, you've got Invo. You don't really want to play a 3 that's gonna make your other tar removals worse. Like, at least Reince aspires to be something more than just removal, or just tar removal. Even like Reince on like a 7 and then resetting their 6 down to a 1 is fine. Pay attention to deck order. Oh. Yeah, I should probably do that more. I kind of forgot.
I promise you a quick death.
I think I just take the second lock, TA up the Imperial Brigade. Hope that that's enough to maybe get out at some point. Like, Brothen's is kind of top end. But like, Brothen's alone's not enough. Usurper, I don't know, man. Usurper is kind of just like a 12 for 12. Sometimes you play some agents and it gets better, but a lot of the time it's just a 12 for 12. Yeah, exactly. It procs Ball, Dame. Procking Ball puts an Aristocrat in, or puts an agent in play because of Fangs of the Empire. Like, it's really good in the Ball deck for sure. And it just gives you like a crutch in a short round as well.
Take him to the woods and release the hounds.
Your humble
Like, I thin enough for Reince. The thinning's not a problem. It's just the card doesn't play for good value. Oh yeah, all the other cards are great. Dead Man's Tongue and both bronzes are incredible. Card deck, Reince Order for buff. Just play Colgrim. I do have that built. I do have, like, it's a 38 card Colgrim deck. On Tibor instead of Vilga? Can. Vilga's a much better card. Deeper is also the only thing in our deck that would be tall, too. Just like playing into tall removal for nothing. I feel like I've mulliganed this more than I've played it. I guess here it's fine, though. Seek of Reince. I mean, how often does your opponent have exactly a 13? That doesn't seem very relevant. You also don't really want to send your 9 provision card to the graveyard with Reince. Sure, but it's not about going tall, it's about exactly 13. That's the nice thing about Rico, is it just hits the exact number of whatever. I wasn't expecting a pass. I guess I can... I guess pretty good, though. Vilgefortz?
An interesting choice.
I am against the equal or less than condition. What does that have to do with anything? I think Reince is too powerful. I'm not bricked right now. I have bricks. I think I have to keep. I have a leader. I didn't really have to keep. Maybe a card from the expansion. Megascope. Megascope is sweet. I mean, I'd rather see the card be bad and clunky than generic and powerful and boring. I don't think the game needs more cards like Horse and Junior. That's the argument against it being equal or less. Because you just like throw an Ardfane Tortoise in your deck, and then Reince is just, you can play it anywhere. There's no deck building cost. You don't even really have to thin.
Bury corpses? Nay, feed our close to the crabs while they still live.
Equal or less the cards prov. And it's just kind of weak, right? And you have like, it's non-prescriptive and weak. I don't know.
No good wine will come from here, not even cold.
Reince can probably go to like, even like 11, honestly. I don't know.
I suppose, and the end.
You could also buff Rico too, like make Rico a 5. I don't think that means non-Reince decks want to play him. But like where you put the buffs is not super relevant, assuming you expect them to only get played together. I think you want to make Rico 4P. I think that's too easy to just play.
Hey, listen here. Listen well.
I've still got this that I want to play, probably.
All I do for the Empire.
20 for 4, why not Nilfgaard? Well, Rico is just like kind of a boring card to have good. I don't know. I don't know if you want to see Rico's played just for tech value. And I think at 4P they might just be played for tech value.
battles need end in bloodshed. And the water. Reflected and Corahan!
So I'll have to play a card. This.
Kill the dog diddlers! And not today! We see him tomorrow!
Blightmaker's pretty nuts.
That pure such planet trip. Orm at last.
He doesn't have his ice. Oh, poor guy.
You deserve to die, all, and you will.
Turn be our best Reince. Maybe? But I think that was also our best transform.
So, no
We still
one
get
else
it.
dares face me.
Time for a rematch, Lady Yennefer.
He's an agent! Boost usurper. Considering it doesn't die, Reince is looking pretty good this game. 12 to 13. 15.
Double the coin and consider it dead.
Okay. The nuts. Well, plays just store on his Yoda. I hope he does. I hope he does. Points to the Rience. 23. Well, poor opponent. I mean, we got a good win against Nilfgaard earlier. What was it? I killed a 7 and then set an 18-point Dame to 2. That one was better. I think Rico's the trap in that combo. It's just so brickable if you don't play Rico. Hey, Chikaido.
CDPR needs to fix the bug where if you're winning by more than 20 points the opponent's connection fails.
I agree. That's a bug they need to work on. Thanks for the prime. Thanks for the 6 months. Good night, Wakakas. Something tells me that if I don't answer that, I'm gonna have a very bad time. So let's try to have a better time.
The valley of flowers. There is no place more beautiful.
No good wine will come from here.
Dead Man's
Not
Tongue.
even
True.
compost.
Truly electrifying.
No tortoise.
Splendid crops this year, and ever they shall be. Leave it to me.
So I don't have a soldier. I'll just do this. Get rid of this. I guess the emissary. I mean, I wouldn't say that it's unplayable, but it's way more high rolly and miserable. Yeah, we beat SK. It was not very close. He missed iced.
Get me off, Benedict. The valley of flowers. There is no place more beautiful.
The ship, a fine vintage it would have made.
Intentional, the power must match? Yeah. If it wasn't the power had to match, the card would be kind of ridiculous. It's just too easy to have really high removal. Like, even if you're only playing it with Ardfane Tortoises, deploy, kill a 7 on a must answer, it's kind of gross. Man. I mean, he's Pstrike Matic. They're just proactive enough that I don't even care. Happy to go Tortoise Brigades here. One Bragif missing. I have first play, so I can play around the Sabretooth. There's an opinion on a Reince. Heinously unplayable. Cool art though. Cool art though. Where are you net decking me? I don't know. That's a really good question.
My rule will be strong, my rule will be righteous.
Next turn I can go Roderick into this dude. Hopefully this gets damage or something. Okay, there's the cat. 2 damage to this. Cool.
Kill the dog fiddlers! Then not today! We see him out tomorrow!
I mean, I would want more than half or so of my 13 provision cards, or effectively 15 provision cards, to be getting good value. It just doesn't sound very encouraging. Is it 15? 'Cause you're spending 2 more than a 4P card on Rico too. Zeal. Reince definitely doesn't need Zeal. Good lord. Good lord. I am so glad Twitch chat is not the balance department. Good lord.
True love could lift the curse, but who would love such a freak?
A shame I have no time.
I'd say they're pretty good at not feeling the pressure of Reddit. Like, that might have been a valid criticism back in, like, beta. I don't think that's been true lately. Seems like an unfair criticism at the moment. Okay, so this is gonna be Pit Trap.
My men know the meaning of sacrifice.
It wasn't Pit Trap? I've been bamboozled? Oh shit.
You are dogs, and I shall treat you as such.
Some more points to transform this, because I have the reamed. Do not have a 3. So next turn's gotta be the Reince.
Victory or death!
I mean, it doesn't have to be. Not like it's doing anything. God damn it. It never lives either. So I can kill this emissary. Cool, cool, cool.
I finish with them. There'll be nothing
Just
left
double
to
checking, no 5s, no 5s. Emissary down! Six for 13. Is he not even killing the Reince? What are you doing? Why are you letting me get actual points on my card? I guess I don't actually. Okay, so
Quite the menial task.
I have a 2 and a 5. Neither of these are a substantial upgrade, so I guess I'm burning this Forest Protector.
An interesting choice.
Illusions.
And then I can set this thing's power to 2 so it doesn't go off. It somehow ended up as a respectable Reince. I'm not really sure how that happened. Okay, wait, so if he kills my Reince, I get 2 fewer points, and then he gets to play a 5-point special. Okay, I still win by 2. I still win by 2. 7s and 5s. How bad can it be? It's not like we ever get to hit any of the bigger things anyway. Lock-a-doodle-doo! Okay, so what I want to do? Maybe I should like ramen this out. Fuck with his rose with Brothans.
True love could lift the curse, but who would love such a freak?
I'm gonna at least pretend like I'm looking around control. You can like Invo or Reince Defender. We'll go forwards the Brewer. None of my thinning though.
Get it, you baldy-faced baby. We'll put Mahakam boots to Imperial arms.
Yep. Give me Dead Man's Tongue.
Out of the way, rabble!
Shit.
You are dogs.
I've also not been very impressed by Roderick. I think Roderick might be bad, which is kind of crazy. Roderick's never bad. He just spins so much. There's so many gold bricks in deck too. Yeah, sure, you got me. I cut Rico before I cut Reince, I think. As sad as that sounds. I really want to have a top end card in this deck. Blightmaker combo is ridiculous. I don't know what you mean. Blightmakers have been great. Okay, so I have like a million different hits that can kill this.
Let's you and me have some fun.
We got the best one. Sweet. Sergeant? Nah. I have a Blightmaker now.
Damn the horseman!
Defeat them with hunger, crush them with thirst.
You can use this to buff. There's no rush. I will go for it. So I need the filler 9. It worked as a filler 9.
Humans above, beasts below. Don't know which is worse. History shall remember the art of being.
Pretty happy to invo that. I'll still have Vilga for Brewer. But like that thing actually plays for good value on my side. Set this to 1. He knows I have a Slave Infantry. Yeah, I mean I want to stay ahead of Brewer. Yurden? Okay. Well, that's annoying. Could have played around that better, I guess. Kinda gross.
Stand your ground!
Yeah, like, it wasn't super good, but it was annoying. I could have played around it more than I did. Would have been pretty free to play around it more than I did.
Prepare to suffer and die.
I'm sure I'm always playing this. Hey, where's my drink?
Mahakam wasn't built in a day. Quite the menial task.
Neath the ground rest countless wretches and
Okay.
corpses.
Not the best hit, but I'm not gonna complain. Probably leadering next. Looking for Blightmaker or Fawn.
If it's peace you desire, prepare for war.
That's fine, right? I can stack with this. This is 8 points. This is 8 points. This is 9 points.
Truly electrifying.
Yep.
Right.
I did it. Our move all lined up pretty perfectly there. Reince got to do Reince things.
There is but one punishment for traitors.
Been 5 prows cheaper. What would have been 5 prows cheaper? What are you talking about? What is this lore you've developed for me? We've got this. Like, some kind of proactivity. I mean, I can't complain about this hand. This is better than most of my hands. Heatwave Reince. I mean, Reince traded up 5 points more than a Heatwave would have.
Remember, this will be our little secret.
His 5 points probably mattered somewhere in that round to not give him a pass. Is Rico better than Body of 11p Golem? The Golem doesn't kill things with Reince. Your opponent have to have exactly an 11. It's like 19 last game. Did he? Recounting the armor on the defender. It was 10 and then plus 7. But the plus 7 got Yurdened.
Defeat them with hunger, crush them with thirst.
Reince is usually around 3 card. You use the order as a second tall removal.
Do not qualify for childcare tax relief.
I think I want to save the ramen. We're playing Rience on Pro now. Oh, it's a million.
We can't let evil and spells spread.
I'm having fun with Frostpunk so far. It was worth the $0 that I paid for it. I'm only like 2 hours in. Like, I feel like I'm still in the middle of a tutorial. I don't have much in the way of opinions at the moment. It picked up in the last hour, though. Like, the first hour felt really slow. There was a lot of fiddling with the UI and all that prerequisite stuff to play the actual game. Like showing a boost animation, because I have a Rico in it. I mean, Anna's another gold for ball. You know I have this! I guess he makes me play it, which bricks my Vragif. Clever. This is from Ocarina of Time, right? Oh no, this is Chrono Trigger. This is Chrono Trigger. I'm dumb. Did he do the points? I have no idea. Did I make him do it? It's like 20 something points. But like if I don't play this, it's bricked. Just gonna win the round. I can't have 2 gold bricks in my deck. Even if I'm getting card advantage. He goes to a long round with Witchfind. Okay, whatever. That is not real. There's no way. There's no way he can afford this. If it's like Siggy and... It's Siggy and something else, right? And leader? Does Siggy leader do it?
My lads will make sure of that.
I've slayed the 2 infantry. Ramen. Okay. You have 8 points and coins. What else do you have? Why did you kill that? Retrograde him. Okay. I'm still losing this game, aren't I? I'm still losing this game. I'm ready to still lose this game. I'm ready. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. I want this near the top for my Rience, I think. Yeah, whatever.
Evil's not going anywhere.
Good trade so far. No, did I miss a tortoise check? He's not there. There's blueberries though, so maybe he'll be there later. There's no way he's got this. It's not possible. There are no two cards in the game that are beating this hand.
Quite a menial task.
One card Exodia. Oh wow, that is one card Exodia. Crazy. Why are we going through these motions, Mr. Opponent?
This is peace you desire. Prepare for war. For the great sun!
You could have not gotten Reince, but now I have to Reince you. I'm contractually obligated to Reince you. That for sure.
The semblance of power.
Oh no, now we gotta play a real Syndicate game. Scary. Tortoise cam? Nope. No tortoise. Yeah, there are Jackpot lists floating around. I think Jackpot's the most popular Syndicate on Pro Rank.
Patch for harvest.
Maybe he's leading on that, I'm gonna lock it. Monsters deck today? No, tomorrow I want to try Wangit's deck though. It's better than she who knows. No. No. I would not go that far. That is an Idoran. Can I do anything with that later? Not really. But I can't do anything with any other combo pieces either.
Officials time out. Mop up the blood slick.
Saying an activine!
Running forms X6 CV 1265X for that.
1 and 4? Darn.
No, dwarves do not qualify for childcare tax relief.
Easy to forget about the Isles in my arms.
You have a boat coming out? Do you guys think there's a boat in his deck? I don't know, I guess we'll see. No boat. Got him. No, there was a boat! Mr. Opponent! Oh, he was unaware. I wish I kept the Idoran now. I mean, I can't even roll Roderick. Okay, so what am I missing? Where I get Dead Man's Tongue. I can use hopefully Roderick to get Dead Man's Tongue so that my leader's better. We're gonna start on this. Soldier's hyper thin. It's not really hyper thin, we just incidentally happen to play a lot of thinning cards, so we're playing Reince. Turns out just like all the good cards in this faction thin your deck. That's kind of problematic. Huh. Lose range strobe. I don't think I'm in a rush to. Maybe I am, but I'm gonna do this first. I wanna see what he's doing. It might be Renew Igor.
Please wait, Your Excellency. I'm falling behind.
Oh, Salamander. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Your humble
Okay. So, I do need to kill these. But can I? Not easily.
Mistake stars reflected in a pond.
Even if I do that, I can't kill the Roland.
Out of the way, rabble! You are dogs, and I shall treat you as such.
That's our Mage Infiltrator. This is not the first game I wanted the Mage Infiltrator in my deck. It's like the third or fourth. Nah, I haven't seen it.
Nose, mouth, any hole will do. Little kill his own scarabs. Maybe. He doesn't double salamander, does he? He just salamanders once.
Very glad.
I guess he did just use this on his side of the board. Maybe he is double salamandering. Just hit.
Let's you and me have some fun.
I want the leader for after I get poisoned once.
forward the streets of Gwent. That clear?
I think I also want this for after I get poisoned once. I don't think my points here mean anything. If I build this, I don't think I can win. We win? Maybe. We win?
Not all battles need end in bloodshed.
Wee.
Done. Heckling kill.
Why is that thing 87? Reince carried again. I mean, unironically, Reince won us that game, right? If not for Reince killing his abomination, he has enough
The
points.
North shall tuck tail and beg for mercy.
Now, there are other cards that also could have done that, but still. I don't know what people mean when they say balanced. I think they'd probably be better off at 6p. I think the game ends up in a better spot. They're less auto-includey. I feel like balanced is just a word that should be removed from like 90% of players' vocabularies. It just doesn't mean anything. Or at least it doesn't mean what they think it means. Isn't as important as they think it is. Also just isn't usually what they're talking about. I mean more or less than WinCon. Their design spaces. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Baron, thanks for the tier 1. Oh, thanks for gifting the tier 1 to Zeddy Boy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate it.
Nothing like some overseas plundering and spring.
Nice outbend. I think we're just dead man's tonguing. Let's get the junk out of my deck.
For you, my children.
Not balance, what term should they be talking about? I mean, it depends what exactly they want to know. Like, when you're talking about balance, it's not even clear what you're asking about. Like, are you asking about, like, faction balance? Are you trying to keep every faction, like, having a deck that is good? Like, you obviously don't want every deck to be equally... Like, you're never gonna have a game that's, like, perfectly balanced where every archetype is totally viable. There's just, like... It just depends what you're asking. Like, the thing with Blightmaker is it's going in every Nilfgaard deck, and that's probably not what it's supposed to be doing. It probably shouldn't be as much of a staple as it is. So if you're trying to reduce that, then what would be a better way to phrase the question? Like, you can say the same things about, like, Witch's Apprentice, right? Like, the card's bonkers, but it's not like Monsters is overperforming as a faction. They just, like, have this really powerful 4P card. That's not really imbalanced. But the problem is when, like, the faction is overperforming. How do you want to stop the faction from overperforming? And it's not always as simple as just, like, nerfing their best cards, because sometimes their best cards are what give the faction identity. Can't go to a long round against Getty, right? Broths wasn't played in every Nilfgaard deck. Yeah, that didn't quite work. That didn't quite work. Did I miss a tortoise scam? My bad. I was lecturing. No tortoise. Oh, ow.
Shoot him down, stab him dead. Easier that way. You live and die for the Emperor.
Biggest ironies about card games. Players don't know that much about card games. Gwent players, I feel like, are even worse than others. Like, at least in, like, Magic, there's less people trying to backseat design, so people aren't doing it as poorly. But man, is it bad in Gwent. There's so many bad takes. Ugh. Maybe it's not Getty. Maybe he's just like the wholesome Scottish meta breaker. Smaller so the voices sound louder? No, I don't think it's that. It's also just like the density of voices. I feel like there's more people. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that it gets a patch every month, right? Like the game changes so much that it just feels more productive to be talking about what can change rather than the game being set in stone. I think that's the bigger thing. Like, Magic doesn't change. Magic gets new cards, but cards don't change once they're released. My Mullifan? Oh, that's a really good question. I don't know why. It's probably not correct.
You'll give your lives for the Empire with no hesitation.
Because I'd rather make content. It pays better. Pushing Pro Ladder doesn't really compatible with the type of content that I make. It was kind of habit. You are not wrong.
My loyalty is to imbue a coin up to the face depicted there.
A shame I have.
You don't use Snowdrop? I could. I don't know, it'd be the only thing in our deck that's going tall. Or at least that like has to go tall. Just gives our opponent tall removal targets. Stack this with leader.
I bring death, quite literally.
I could just play this for 7. Just like set my Reince up. I don't mind playing the Invo. Did I miss another one? Here, I'll check again. He's still not there. Okay.
My men know the meaning of sacrifice.
Gonna play Invo and Chroma there.
Truly electrifying.
Divide. I'll queue it. Oh, is there another song request too that I missed? Oh, I did. Whoops. I'll queue it up twice. My bad. My bad. Ninja Chroma there would be bad. Yeah. I guess Slave Infantry would have been a little better than this, but I don't really want to risk the brick if I don't have to.
What are you gonna do, huh? That's you and me have some fun.
The worst take? I don't know. I don't really catalog those. What was this? Oh no. I realized. Maybe we should have just used this one. Oh, I can use it on the crow too, if I need to. I think we just comfortably win though. I don't think he can make this. Yeah.
Oh, that dance in a row. It's not for me.
You mistake stars reflected in a pond for the night sky.
No, I could have done it in the other order. Oh, also could have. Whatever. None of it mattered. We were winning. So wait, we keep winning. What's going on? Why do we keep winning?
There is but one punishment for traitors.
Welcome to Spessy. Now, this is the list. Okay, kick this round one. Yeah, I heard it worked well for him. I like that druid deck. Did he make the heatwave swap?
Damn it! Piece of shite! You go pull it out. Oh, his digits dropped off. Oh, we must sew them back up. Defeat them with hunger, crush them with thirst.
Taking a break from that decking to prepare for tourneys. Oh man.
In this world, only two things are certain.
I think I hold this. I'll do the ramen.
Not today! The same tomorrow!
You got a sea beast swimming in them breeches.
Hold this for the bleed. I don't have the Vrygif. 4, 5, 6, 7. This is just so not good. Okay, whatever. The newest tool looks meta, not really. I don't even know what's legal in that game anymore.
Mercy, I will not grant you. Never.
Where's Turtle? He wasn't there last time we checked.
Use that, smell that.
Sewer Raiders. I think my Reamed is just bad. That's gonna be okay, right?
I'm no beggar. I'm an artist.
Maybe not.
You will answer my questions. Remove his cowl, then his ears. Yes, you. Have you made your offering?
Yeah, Slave Infantry went to 5 2 months ago? 2 or 3 months ago. Somewhat recently. Sure. Okay. Can we beat the long round Jackpot? Ugh. I'll find these two. Should be able to. We go turn 1 Usurper, then Brigades, then Dead Man's Tongue. I'm not Devo anymore. Related to Mirkjabrak. That's funny.
What is this ridiculous law he's devised?
So I can't just stack 1,000,000 points onto this.
They belong to me, and me alone.
Okay. Probably just end up bill getting that. As nice as it would be to Reince it, I think I just want to do this. I want to leave this in deck.
Slow, ain't ya?
Yeah, CP10. So I'm hoping bottom card is Bragif. Darn. Okay, so this goes away. Dream Distill 8.
For the great sun!
Stand your ground!
EFG division. It is queued. Oh, I missed a tortoise check.
It's been a long, hard
He is not there.
hasn't it?
Whoa. Just Reince it. I can Reince it when it gets to 7. I can play Emissary now around
My loyalty is to Imperial coin, not to the face depicted there.
around Sly Seductress.
Exploitation.
Sleep, my
Now try
champion.
the alchemist.
Rest now.
You mistake stars reflected in a pond for the night sky.
Don't hit him between the legs.
I hope that didn't give him a spender that mattered.
How many sweetums could I get for a diamond?
I wouldn't say totally negates coin management. Like, you often get better rate than 1-to-1. And this only gives you 1-to-1.
Hi
Hey.
Trinit, hi chat, hi Mr. Tortoise.
Hey, Falconer. Thanks for the prime. Thanks for the 13 months. Welcome back. I can't ever play this around Tavern Brawl, so just play it. Send my 7. Yeah, you had the spender anyway. Still has Jacques, right? Yeah. Should advance at the Siggy. I also did it in the wrong order. But don't lose by 1. I shouldn't lose by 1. Never wanted to kill the Siggy with Reince. Maybe that was better.
I've no mercy for your kind.
I forgot about Caesar. Well. Force of nature. I don't think you want to keep that card against Nilfgaard.
I bring death, quite literally.
Well, he's not playing Necker instead of Larva. He's probably got both. They complement each other a lot better than they used to.
Bells tinkle in a lively melody, and they cling to me like pups.
Yeah, you can curve Necker into Larva and not lose around the Thrives. Necker into Larva into Bruxa.
Naught can stop me, not even death.
Unicorn's annoying. I think I take the Invo. I think it's Invo. Potentially Vilga myself. Pull it out.
Quick! Move those hooves! Or won't be ham!
Could potentially rinse it away too.
Take it to the woods and release the hounds.
Her grace will not be placed. Fly, Pegasus! Fly!
Not to lose your head.
God, this has to be wrong, but I have to do it. I can't not do it.
An interesting choice.
It's too spicy. No one has the discipline to not take that play. Is it a throw? Probably. Okay, let's find good cards. Blightmaker's good.
No good wine will come from here, not even cold.
Big fan of the She Who Knows my opponent paid for. No, it's into like 1, I think.
For the great sun!
Okay, got him. Nice. Witch Hunter deck. I don't know what a Witch Hunter deck would look like. I don't think there's a whole lot of point in doing the math though. Never winning that round without card advantage.
I sense strong magic.
Putting my locks together, pretty sure wins that round pretty easily. Just like didn't consider Ragif as a lock.
Snake stars reflected in a pond for the night's
Not bad. Dead Man's Tongue. Could just play this for now. Play this, get this, then play this. No, I said one more after that one. I decided to go one more.
The Empire will be victorious.
quite a menial task.
Discipline. That is what you folk lack.
That's annoying. That's definitely annoying. Probably just be leaving this in deck. You kinda deserve it.
Feeling a bit peckish. Please wait, Your Excellency. Falling behind.
Poison me. Do it. Do it.
The Vermorla have
Okay.
particular tastes.
Might have a trouble with board space in round 3. I think that's my biggest concern. I still don't have a Blightmaker. That is now my biggest concern. Okay. I shouldn't have kicked the Impera. Oh, never mind.
Let us finish this. And the water, my lord. Das Krise in Seifelhörsöhnen!
Cool. That would have been a really good info for us later too. I probably want to play another card to make Reince better. I sort of want the Alba. I could get rid of the Myrkdebrock. Myrkdebrock's probably the worst card in my hands. Usurper with leader, yeah.
A superb specimen, truly.
So he's played 2 poisons already, so there's 1 poison in addition to the ball left. I think that means I just let this go and hold this for spies. He still has Brothans left, still has Roderick left. I think our goal is just to try to brick his... Oh, I can never brick his coup. He just, like, leaders and coups me. No.
I bring death, quite literally.
Breaking Devo just because of Merg? Yep. Yep. Merg doesn't do anything. Doesn't do a whole lot. Neither does Devo, though. Yeah, we're probably gonna invo the Usurper. I wasn't really rooting for anyone in particular. Just happy to watch the games.
I never miss.
So I need to leader the turn that I do this, because I don't want to let him Kanta.
Is it peace you desire? Prepare for war.
Send it breamed away. This seems okay.
Thinking can be hazardous to your health.
I guess as okay as it can be when I missed Usurper.
Target acquired.
Double assassination. Okay. That is certainly a thing. He always gets to do this at some point. I guess I'll just do it now. I guess letting him do it earlier gives him more time to play agents. Okay.
Time for a rematch, Lady Yennefer.
I missed my Usurper. Okay, he should have no poisons left. Now this agent is played, he can take his coup on this, that's fine. Yep.
All I do for the Empire.
It still has Invo. So I don't really want an Emissary. I can make a Thirsty Dame. I can bleed with Van Morlum Hunter. I guess I'll bleed with Van Morlum Hunter.
Take him to the woods and release the hounds.
I hate nothing more than a creaky door.
Maybe it's Fergus. What about Fergus? Just for the usurper point? I mean, yeah. You could have it.
You deserve to die, all, and you will.
Oh, to steal my operatives. Okay, what do you got? It's Invo, right? Yeah, cool. Easy game. Replay Blightmaker. It only replays soldiers. Cost the bot bait. Neuromancer. Reach level 100 in Triss's standard journey. We did it! Oh. More contracts. Magical aura! Go us. So... I don't know. The deck kept winning. The thing about Reince is it's a tall removal card that's never really bricked. Like, the floor on it's sort of like 10 for 13, which doesn't sound great, but it is still tall removal, so it's threatening a bunch more later on. Just like, it's not even... Like, the tall removal is the threat, and then it's engine removal on deploy. Kind of. I do think I want something in the deck that lets me kill Witchfinders, or Witch Apprentices. Whether that's just like... Maxi? Maxi's a reasonable 6. There's no like 4p6s, right? Yeah, I think when you get to 8, you're just like in solid gold territory, right? But Witch's Apprentice is definitely an important card to be able to answer. Also possibly just want like a second lock against monsters. I could see swapping the Tortoise cavalry ratios around, even though Tortoise being proactive is kind of nice. Maybe something you could replace Merrick DeBrock with? Not really. Not without moving a bunch of probs around. You can play Movement. You could play Cynthia. You could play a Seer. Maybe sometimes replay something. You can play Urchin of Erlenwald. Bonheart does very different things. You don't really want Leo in your deck with Invocation Vilgefortz. Reince doesn't have to be tall removal. It's not brickable in the same way that Leo is. It also trades up harder. Not Ivar. I mean, Ivar's the same thing, right? Like, you don't really want Ivar in a deck with that much tall removal. Worth it for 3 more P. Well, what does the 3P let us do? So if we cut Reince, we cut Merrick DeBrock. Let's say we play Leo. What does that let us play? So we play an inherently more brickable card, because we have a Leo in our deck. And in exchange, we get to play, like, Avalok over Merrick DeBrock. We get to play a Heatwave in addition to our Yennefer's Invocation. Like, it's not even about provisions with Reince. It's just, like, as far as getting value out of a card goes, it's hard to do much better than Reince. The cards are just kind of bad. Like, there's nothing else that trades up in the same way that Reince does with stuff. What synergy does Reince and Dragon have? No, it's just, that's the extra provisions, right? Like, if you want to say, like, what the flex provisions are in the deck, it's Reince and Mirror the main ones. I guess Vilgefortz, too. But I was pretty happy with the Vilgefortz for the most part. They're definitely the worst of the cards. Ball. I mean, you could, but then you gotta move everything around. Like, you gotta fit in some aristocrats. And I don't really want to be a ball deck. Germain. What do you want? Do you want Germain? Just for the Slave Infantries? I don't know. Do we really need to play like bad Slave Infantry targets? What's it cost? 11? 10? Where is it? No Snowdrop with leader. Snowdrop's the only thing in our deck that goes tall. It doesn't really fit in. You get Germain at 10. I don't hate it that much. I could see this being alright. I'd like it more if there was another Slave Infantry in the deck. It doesn't seem that bad. Tristy K Talisman. But like, that's the type of stuff that the Rience is competing with. You don't really want to be a Joachim deck because you're trying to not go tall, because you're trying to brick the opponent's tall removal. You also don't really want to play Joachim with your Mage Assassin deck. It's like kind of clunky. Lambert or Swarm decks. You could. There's not a whole lot of them on ladder though. I don't know if we played a single matchup tonight we really wanted Lambert. Bribery? Yeah, no. I'd rather play Merrick de Brock than Bribery. In that case, Leo. I don't know. Would you play Leo? I'd probably play Avalok before Leo. I don't know how relevant the Destroy a Witcher text is. I don't know how good I feel about playing Vanilla Geralt in a deck with Invo and Vilgefortz already. Depends how much monsters is on ladder, I guess. Is that a Nero? This deck doesn't want a Nero. You thin so much. You already draw all your cards. It's very rare that you miss something. Certainly not worth 13 prov to try to fix that. Lambert. I just don't know what you want Lambert against. There's no Arrakis on ladder. It's like sort of alright against Gift, I guess. Draug's not really existent on ladder. Like, what's the matchup? Blue Stripes. If you're seeing it a lot, sure. I don't think we saw Blue Stripes all night. We see it probably less than once a night on average. The deck is already the best. It's got some weird slots. It's got some weird slots. Like, I'll reiterate, the Rience isn't very good, but it's not bad either, and